Hello everybody, it's Mimberly. Welcome back to the channel. We are carrying on with the next one that we're playing Zayne's. Now, the Discord poll was actually quite interesting because normally I go like from top to bottom, but we did Silas's first. We're doing Zayne's now. But then surprisingly Caleb then got the most votes. So we will be doing Caleb next, then Xavier, then Raphael. So I'm still hoping to get all the videos out this week. Fingers crossed we do it. If not, blame Mimby moving. Zayne and I can finally embark on our summer getaway that's been postponed for a while. The Azure Islands is renowned as a sought-after summer escape. It's only accessible by ferry, and we were lucky enough to buy tickets for the last boat ride for the day. However, getting to this escape isn't as easy as it looks.
Attention, please. We would like to remind all passengers that the last ferry for today has departed on schedule. There is no need to wait any further. Attention, please. We would like to remind all passengers that the last
we got
ferry
left
for today
behind.
has departed on schedule. There is no need to wait any further. Attention,
Can we...
please. We would like to remind all passengers that the last...
Shut up. Can we just say that, you know, Silas actually won me? No, I'm not going to do the whole Zayne versus Silas competition. I'm still angry at Zayne for coming home. And fun fact, after that video where I did the polls, I did the polls from the event, got another 5-star, got excited, and I lost my 50-50 to fucking Zayne. And it wasn't even the fucking banner card, it was Cozy Afternoon. So not only am I now losing to Zayne before I get my Silas, but also he is now making me lose whatever pity the system is. I want to say it's like 75-25 or whatever. So Zayne is currently on my ban books, and I'm still this close to buying that goddamn Astra toaster. God damn it. Standing at the terminal, I can only watch as the last ferry to Zuri Islands slowly float into the distance. Can this voice stop?
There is no need to wait any further.
We're done for. We missed it. Thank God. Oh. Oh. I don't know whether to blame the airport bus that got held up when we were halfway through there or the 5 consecutive red lights.
I would say our flight that was delayed by 20 minutes is the main culprit. It's the root of all the problems we encountered.
When in doubt, blame the flight. As evening falls, I sigh while staring at the endless expanse of blue waters. Oh, God. Ah. I took a nap just before recording this, by the way, and I overslept, so yeah, I'm a bit fucked. What a terrible way to start our trip. Shut up.
Phew. Thank goodness the school chartered a boat for us, since all the ferries have departed today. If they didn't, we'd be sleeping on the streets tonight.
Maybe can we sneak on it?
The university rarely organizes trips like this, but I'm pretty sure they planned out everything.
A boat horn faintly offshore as students pile past us. They make their way up the gangplank to board. They look like students on some kind of study tour. Zayne and I are the only people left on the dock. And then someone who looks like a teacher taps him on the shoulder from behind.
Whose class are you two from? Get a move on.
Zayne and I exchange glances, but just as we're about to explain ourselves, the academic advisor pushes us onto the boat.
I see 2 empty seats over there. Quickly now, the boat's about to leave.
Wow, how convenient! We are not sleeping on the streets tonight. Let's go. Luckily, there are empty seats on the boat. After explaining our situation to the academic advisor, we finally find a chance to relax. Our journey to the island can continue. Sitting in the cabin and gazing at nighttime seascape, I finally feel like I'm on vacation.
Hey, what year are you in? I always see you around campus, but I've been too shy to say hello. Who knew we'd run into each other on this trip?
Sorry, but I think you have the wrong person.
Since we were destined to meet, why don't we...
Zayne!
We're working on a research project.
Huh?
Yes, he's getting protective. I look up at Zayne, who had suddenly appeared. To create distance between the college student and me, he casually positions himself between us.
You still have to do research during your vacation?
Our advisor said our team can't go on holidays. Group activities shouldn't interfere with our research, after all. Whoever publishes a research article as the first author in a reputable journal gets 2 days off. Second authors get 1 day off. Third authors get a half day, and so on. Would you like to join our research team? Writing research papers by the sea will certainly be an unforgettable experience.
He is a dickhead. What is the matter? The cat's just come in and he started yowling. What's the matter? And now he don't want to talk. Fuck's sake. I was trying to get him to meow so you guys could hear it on the mic. Writing research papers by the sea will certainly be an unforgettable experience is such a Zayne line. That's ridiculous. The college is blah 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 blah. The college student's gaze falls on Zayne's arm, which is resting on my shoulder. He tactfully retreats and waves his hands.
No, it's okay. I have to take care of some stuff. I'll leave you guys alone.
I'm gonna go sort the audacity of this cat. 1 minute. Okay, cat sorted. He just wanted some more up-to-date water, and the geezer jumped on me and made me spill some water on my shirt. But this is the only shirt that I have left until I record, so I can't do anything about it, and it's annoying, so you're gonna have to bear with it. I apologize. Right. Once the college student leaves with an awkward smile, I tap Zayne's arm. Zayne, did you have to pull all the stops for that act? Aren't you worried about your name being thrown around with rumors and gossip?
I was helping you get out of that situation. I also decided it would be a good opportunity to promote the spirit of academia.
Since we're on vacation, Zayne is dressed more casually than usual. He's also not wearing his glasses. His bangs are damp because of the sea mist. They rest on his forehead to give him a strangely youthful appearance. You could easily blend in with a group of college students.
Weren't you the one who was mistaken for a student, though?
Shut up. I see someone isn't just looking younger today. He's also more childish, too. Boop. I can't resist running my fingers through his hair. It feels nice. I'm curious. What were you like when you were in college? Wouldn't you be the shortest one in the class if you started college as a 14-year-old? I use my hand gesture at a height level while using my body as a standard. Ah! And now my cat is on zoomies. While using my body as a standard. Maybe you were this tall? Softly chuckling, he gently takes my wrist and moves my hand up a bit.
I'm afraid I was taller than what you're imagining at the moment.
Of course he was, because he was lanky. So you didn't just skip grades, you skipped heights too. Tall ass prick. All of these men being stupidly tall and him only being 5'2.5", it's not fair. It's already midnight when the ferry arrives at Azuri Islands. We hurry to the hotel and fall asleep as soon as our heads hit the pillow. When I open my eyes again, I see the summer breeze lifting a corner of the curtain to create flickering patterns of light and shadow on the wall. I have no idea how long I've been asleep and groggily reach for the phone beside my pillow. The screen still shows the group chat between me, Grayson, and Yvonne. If there are any updates on the results, don't forget to let me know. My text still has a loading icon. It hasn't been sent.
You're looking at your phone first thing in the morning? Who are you talking to?
We'll play later. Essentially, we've packed all of Loki's toys outside of one, which is his favourite. It's like a little, what they call a cat teaser. So it's like one on a string. He absolutely loves that thing. The only problem is once you start playing with him, he doesn't stop. And the last time I played with him, which was last night, I was going with it for over an hour and he still wanted more and I had to go to bed. So I was like, yep, nope. And he's been pissy with me ever since. When did he wake up? I push my phone aside and pretend nothing happened. I changed the subject. The signal is terrible here. Nothing will load. As if on cue, the network connection returns to normal before I can continue. The paused video suddenly starts playing again. It catches me off guard.
According to the reports, this new method utilizes evol technology to treat protocore syndrome, and it works by preventing heart arrhythmia. By acting as an inhibitor to certain pathways, it can alleviate paroxysmal tachycardia that's caused by protocore radiation. Once the treatment passes clinical trials, it is expected to revolutionize.
The news broadcast from my phone echoes throughout the room. It goes into detail about how a new treatment will influence and reshape existing medical concepts.
Why are you still watching that?
I tried to mute my phone, but all the web pages I repeatedly tapped on when I had a bad connection, a network connection, started popping up. The final results of the clinical trials for Zayne's treatment are of great medical significance. That's why it's garnered massive public attention. He leans in and sees a countdown with the date displayed in large font on the screen.
It's accurate down to the second. Online people truly care about the time.
Feeling like I've given myself away, I show him my phone. Fine, I'll admit I'm still worried about the results. This new treatment attempts to use evol technology to deliver specialized carfers into the heart's chambers. They'll transmit energy to eliminate diseased tissue. Compared to protocore transplant surgery, which is oh my god, cat, calm down. Compared to protocore transplant surgery, which is usually used to treat protocore syndrome, this significantly reduces the risks of uncomfortable side effects. Countless patients' hopes have been rekindled. We agreed to focus on our big vacation, but I know how important this research is to you. I look up at Zayne and he responds with a reassuring gaze.
Every new treatment must go through the same complex process before it can be officially implemented. The necessary preparations have been completed. All we can do now is wait.
He takes the phone and turns off the screen.
The results haven't been determined yet. In addition, our vacation has only just begun.
God, can you imagine how hard it must be to go on vacation with Dr. Zayne? Because, oh my god. I think I have trouble getting time off.
You'll end up wasting your summer.
But what if I don't wanna? He takes my hand and leads me to the floor-to-ceiling window. After he opens the curtains in one fluid motion, I see the world outside is bright and dazzling. Palm leaves sway in the heat while beachgoers stroll. They pause here and there. Everything is moving at a leisurely pace.
Life on the island moves slowly. No matter what happens, people aren't in a rush to do everything. Maybe it's just that tropical summers are always so long, it feels like they'll never end.
Sorry, I'm going to be drinking a lot the next couple of days because UK heatwave is no joke. So,
Doesn't the
please
thought
bear
of
with me.
having all that time to idle make you feel more relaxed?
I mean, I know some ways that we can relax, Zayne, if you know what I mean. Especially when you're wearing that. I tilt my head as I look at Zayne. So, where should we go to idle, then? He gently touches my cheek with his cool palm. And just like that, the midsummer heat seemingly vanishes.
The Azure Islands have the world's largest tropical zoo, and a chameleon that's as big as a small pine tree lives there. Its name is Summer, because it was discovered on the first day of summer.
Oh, that's cute.
Do you want to meet it?
Okay, that's kind of cute. I will admit, that is kind of cute. God, tropical zoo. We never took Silas to the zoo! At the junction where the land meets the ocean lies a rare seaside zoo. The tropical monsoon has made the air humid and our surroundings are teeming with life. Zayne and I navigate through the massive green foliage while waves crash against the shore. I can't fucking English! Captivated by the beautiful yellow and blue feathers of a mokel, I stop in my tracks.
Watch out.
Oh! I look up toward the sound and see a dark brown blur leaping between tree branches. And then I see my hand empty. My coconut water!
I forgot to tell you. The monkeys here are notorious for being brazen.
He stole my fucking coconut water. How dare he? Even though the monkey is already far away, I stare resentfully at its plump, retreating figure. Do you think it knows how to use a straw?
Generally speaking, the ability to use tools is considered the fundamental difference between humans and animals.
Well, yeah, because we evolved from monkeys, right?
Unfortunately, the Howl Home monkeys around here learned how to order coconut water for themselves.
I watch the monkey sitting in the tree. Smug, it sips my coconut water through the straw. A light bulb goes off in my mind, and I mischievously turn to Zayne. I didn't catch that. What kind of monkey is it?
It's a howler monkey.
I still pretend I didn't hear him clearly. A hunting monkey?
No, I said it's...
The monkey in the tree lets out an ear-splitting, bone-rattling howl that nearly ruptures our eardrums.
a howler monkey. It's a monkey that howls.
I didn't hear you because of how loud it was. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I get it. You're just messing with me.
Still holding back my laughter, I take several steps before an oddly shaped plant catches my attention. Wanting to feel its fuzzy, small pouch, I reach out to it.
Be careful. It's not vegetarian.
Eh? Luckily, I haven't touched it yet. I quickly pull my hand back. Before our eyes, the plant lazily yawns and spits out a small snail from its mouth. That was close. Zayne smiles as he picks up a warning sign that had fallen.
This is a leopard pitcher plant.
Zayne just knows everything. Since when were you a walking plant encyclopedia? Did you secretly memorize a botany textbook or something? It was a joke, but he nods earnestly.
When I was little, my parents were often away on business trips. They were worried I'd be bored at home, so they got me an annual membership card for a bookstore.
Why does that sound so Zayne? Having like an annual membership card for a bookstore.
Back then, I loved flipping through massive encyclopedias and memorizing all the plant and animal names in them.
Okay, so basically Zayne's just a massive smartass. Got it. Zayne looks at me, and a childlike innocence briefly appears in his eyes. He does look good in that outfit, though. And just like that, my gaze is drawn to him. It's amazing to think about how you went from a little kid who loved encyclopedias to the man standing before me. Tell me more about the parts of your life I wasn't there for.
Okay.
Aww! He's a man! He smiles and takes my hand.
Let's go. Summer is waiting for you in the exhibition hall up ahead. Although chameleons are insectivorous, their favorite food is carrots. I learned that from a reliable source.
Zayne's worst enemy. Carrots. So last time it was Mephisto and seagulls, which I'm still shook, by the way, that I accurately made that prediction that Mephisto was going to be there. Because it wasn't really a prediction. I was just like, oh, seagulls and Mephisto, crow and seagulls, they ain't going to get along. Here's Mephisto. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm a genius. But this one, carrots. We know Zayne don't like carrots. We see it's already dusk when we leave. The zoo is right next to the sea, so the fine sand and blue ocean appear before us after we walk for a bit. People are setting up stalls that sell goods on the beach. One of them catches my eye. It's selling tropical fruits. I do like some tropical fruits, I must say. Pineapple, happily. How could there be 5 or 6 varieties of guava? And they come in different colours and shapes too. We have a lot to choose from. Zayne picks up a pink guava and weighs it in his hand.
Do you prefer them soft or crunchy?
Never tried one before. Zayne brings the guava close to the tip of my nose. It smells refreshing and sweet.
Then today is the perfect time to try some. Guavas are a specialty of Azure Islands.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like the taste of guava, but I actually haven't had a physical one. So I've had like flavoured drinks that's supposed to taste like pink guava, but I've never actually had a guava, if that makes sense. Because that's the thing, in the UK, we don't really have too many like amazing tropical fruits here. A lot of the ones that we get are like bananas, watermelons. You can buy like coconuts, but they're not like in every supermarket. They're not very common. So the most kind of popular fruits, at least in the UK, let me know what fruits are popular where you live and what country you live in. It tends to be like mostly like apples, bananas, pears, oranges. Like I honestly really always did like enjoying munching on an orange. It's probably the only fruit outside of apples that my mum could get into me willingly. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like a banana, but famous words from Papa Mim: do not eat a banana on the internet. I'm sure you guys can know what you can fit. You guys are smart. You can figure out why. Zayne carefully puts the fruit into my woven basket bag. I grin as I watch him.
Why are you smiling?
Because you're pretty. I hold up the guava in front of him and wave it. Spending our summer here is wonderful. No work, no meetings, and no worries. It feels like nothing in the world is more important than finding the perfect guava. Oh, Zayne leans in and lowers his head to smell the guava in my hand.
Nothing ever did.
Cute. Meanwhile, I'm staring at his fluffy hair. I really want to pat his head. At that moment, a familiar sounding laughter reaches my ears. It's the group of college students from yesterday.
Oh, what a coincidence. Nice to see you two again. The bar by the beach is showing an outdoor movie tonight. Do you want to watch it with us?
I slowly turn to Zayne and he nods. Wait, Zayne's actually doing it. See, this is one of the reasons, right? I'm gonna be careful when I say this, but as a 26-year-old woman now, I know, Mimby getting old. Every time I see students, I have two different opinions of them. They're either, you know, very polite and mature looking, or I think they're punks. And the reason I say it, right, I come from a city called Bristol, right? And Bristol is basically the IT version of London. And London's not exactly got the best reputation down, at least here. I'm not sure how it is perceived to everybody else. But the British people tend to be on the more rude side because we just say how it is. And I think this has actually cost me a few friendships in my time because, like, in Bristol, if you insult somebody, that could be a compliment or an insult. And it's the way that you deliver it which kind of determines whether it's, you know, in a friendly way or a negative way. So when I moved out of Bristol to where I am now, there is still a few British people, like, as I say British people, there's still a few Bristolians kind of lingering, but they're not as common, right? So as a Bristolian woman, I am very upfront and I will say how it is, and I don't think a lot of people are kind of prepared for that sometimes. And I've had to explain to people that if I call somebody a jackass or something like that, 95% of the time I'm just joking with them. It's very rare that I'll actually genuinely call someone a horrible name, because that's just not who I am. But from where I come from, that is very common. So, like, for example, Cheese, I will call the guy a prick as many times as the next person, but I don't actually mean that he is a prick. I just say he's my brother prick. So, I mean, God, you should hear some of the names that me and Kay call each other, because Jesus Christ, you'd think we're abusive. I slowly turn to Zayne and he nods. But a lot of college students down here, they tend to be a bit more on the rude side, especially the young ones. I'm not saying, oh, the youth, because obviously I'm not that sort of person, but generally the students are either really polite and friendly, or they're a bit on the dodgy side, let's put it that way. As planned, we arrive at the beach after nightfall. A screen has already been set up on the beach for the outdoor movie. It's playing a romantic art house film. Someone is selling homemade lemonade. Hey, got any grapes? If any of you recognize that reference, I will be so happy, because otherwise I'm just going to feel like a very old Gen Z. Sugar, carbonated water, and freshly cut lemons sit on their table.
Excuse me. May I mix my own drink?
He is very good looking, is our Zayne, though. We blend into the crowd. The night breeze accompanies us as we sip the special ice sodas and Zayne's mixed by the shore. The ingredients were simple, yet the taste is surprisingly good. Time for an interview. What's your secret? He shakes his head.
It's a trade secret. I can't tell you.
How dare... You're so stingy.
I have to keep some summer mysteries. That way, you'll always think of me.
Is that why you keep coming home before Silas? Because you want me to remember you? Because prick! I look at Zayne. The night sea breeze gently blows past his hair, and the strands by his ears brush against his skin. Shouldn't I also keep some mysteries then? That way you'll think of me? As the night breeze gradually subsides, the whispers between us become clear.
I brought you to this island because I was here before. I visited it while working on my PhD.
Oh!
Whether it was watching the sunrise by the sea, drinking a chocolate milkshake, or having my foot pinched by a tiny crab while beachcombing. I wondered what you were doing during the summer from time to time, and if you might be experiencing similar moments.
Now see, I don't know how it is again for every other country, but in this country, there are two types of people. The ones who love summer and the ones who despise summer. I despise summer for the sole reason being this country is not built for the heat. So every time we get a heat wave, it feels like we're dying a slow and painful death. And I married an American, so... Before Cade, fun fact, actually moved to the UK, I said to him, I hope you're ready to deal with the summers here. And he goes, legit? You only get like 25 degrees, you'll be fine. He moved in November, so he moved during the cold period. Of course, the geezer got sick within 2 weeks, but let's not talk about that side of things. Summer rolled in, like obviously this is his second summer in the UK now. But the one that we had last year, it was fine at first. And I was like, nah, something's not quite right. We haven't had a heat wave yet. And then we got hit with the heat wave. And he legitimately looks at me and goes, I will never complain about a British heat wave ever again. Because the heat in America versus the UK. Now, granted, America may be hotter, like as in they deal with higher temperatures. But it's dry heat, right? In the UK, because we're surrounded by water, because, you know, obviously we're an island, smack bang in the middle, then we've got water all around us, the heat is incredibly humid. So we are sweating a lot more. And fun fact, for those of you who don't know, I may have mentioned this in the video before, but if this is your first time watching, also, hi, British households are insulated. They are designed to keep the heat in because a lot of these buildings go back as far as like 1850. Some of our buildings are legitimately that old. And they were built in a time where heat waves were not really as big of a thing over here. It was more the winter seasons that we were preparing for, which is why a lot of our homes are incredibly insulated. Time skip to 2025 when obviously, global warming's been a thing. There's been climate change. We are now in a point where we're basically having a heat wave every summer, and British people don't traditionally have air conditioning. You might have it in like 1 or 2 offices maybe, like if you work in the corporate world like I do. But traditionally you don't tend to get many places that have air conditioning. So when you do find a place that has air conditioning, you just want to stay in the building and you never want to leave. Now, as somebody who, at the time of recording this video, lives on a top floor flat, like there are 2 floors below me, hot air rises. So we're not only getting the heat from outside, we also have limited airflow, because again, this is a very old flat, but we're also getting the heat from the other flats underneath us. So anytime they're cooking, anytime they have a bath or anything like that, all of that heat is rising through the roofs to our flat, and it marinates. This office, the highest temperature I have ever seen it be was 35 to 36 degrees Celsius, which made recording in here physically impossible. Like, me and Kate had to pay £190 to buy an air cooler that basically uses the water to take in the air, cool it down, and redistribute it into the room, because it was the only way that we were physically able to cope. Because you put a fan on in this country, you're just blowing around the hot air, so it doesn't actually help. It's a nightmare. But I do get it, like, you know, for people who've not been to the UK, I get why you'd look down on us and think, oh my god, you're a bunch of absolute, it's only 25 degrees. Come to the UK during a heat wave and then come complain to me, okay? He moves closer, his breath warm and steady.
So you asked the wrong question.
Oh?
What you should be asking is, What does it make me think of you?
What does it make me think of you? Oh. As he gently holds me in his arms, I blush. Come to think of it, we've experienced the same summer this whole time. It's just that we were in different places. I would never have guessed that you visited the beach when you were in college. I always imagined you being holed up in the library. You were studying by yourself too. Zayne clinks glasses with me. He's 50% serious and 50% playful.
We both know that's a stereotype.
Okay. Talented students are actually the ones who know how to have the most fun. I hope we get more into, like, Zayne's backstory, though, like, with him and his college days. After nightfall, the sea breeze becomes cool and refreshing. Halfway through the movie, the protagonist, now an old man, returns to a place from his past and recalls that summer from his teenage years. Maybe his life was defined by those few glorious summers.
I didn't expect them to still show the same movie. I suppose tourists always come and go, so no one bothers to change it.
I nibble the straw as I sip my lemonade. Half of the ice cubes are still floating in the glass. How does the story end?
Summer has passed, but summer will come again. He must patiently wait for the next glorious summer of his life.
Meanwhile, I blink and I feel like at the end of summer, I feel like I blink and then it's summer again. Because fun fact, I actually really enjoy autumn and winter. And that's not just because I live in the UK, but I really like the colours of autumn. And I feel like autumn is the right weather between being warm but cold at the same time. Like, give me a day where it's windy, it's a little bit cold, but, you know, there's a nice breeze. And you get to walk through, like, a forest area with the leaves on the floor which crinkle under your feet. That's the sort of weather I enjoy. I actually always used to say when I was a kid that if I ever had my way, I'd be getting married in the autumn. But me and Kate got married on the 12th of January because we need to obviously hurry up the marriage with the, you know, visa process, so we didn't get that. But I think we were at one point talking about having an autumn themed wedding, which I think would be quite nice. But obviously it's not just my wedding, it's his too, because we're going to renew our vows when all this visa shit is over. So yeah, it's just more money that Mim can't afford. Appreciating the slightly salty sea breeze, we continue watching the movie. I glance at my phone. The image of a flashing countdown page appears in my mind, but it vanishes soon after. I wonder how he spent his summers in the past. Oh, I really want to know how the results did. Ever since we arrived on Azuri Islands, every day has been incredibly fulfilling. According to Zayne's itinerary, we went hiking the day before yesterday, cliff diving yesterday, and today we're going surfing. Oh, we're getting to Kindle, girlies. Before I can pull out the map provided by the hotel, he's already leading me to the equipment rental shop. While Zayne is helping me select a surfboard, I notice how the store owner is staring at him. Is something wrong?
It really is you. You know, it's been a while. I had to make sure before I said anything.
Huh? What do you mean? Oh,
Long time no see.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who's looking down there right now.
Are you representing your school for a kayak competition again? Wait! You must have graduated by now.
He's a doctor!
My memory's not as good as it used to be.
Taking note of certain words, I turn to Zayne. My curiosity is piqued. I had no idea you used to kayak on a competitive level.
When I was in college, I attended an academic conference and participated in a friendly kayaking match. I represented my medical school and went up against Berzelius University.
I can't focus because the detail on the trunks. Berzelius University is located in a country in the northern hemisphere. It's famous for its medical school, and the program itself is just as good as Skyhaven's, so a rivalry developed between the universities. I understand what he's implying and respond with a playful smile.
It was an annual tradition, but more people became aware of it as the years went on.
The competition between your medical schools has a history that spans 100 years. but the year you participated in was especially memorable.
Seeing my interest, the rental shop owner points to a post-competition group photo on the wall.
He led Skyhaven's medical school and broke Berzelius's 10-year winning streak.
Damn, Zayne! In the photo, Zayne stands in the middle of a jubilant group. He holds an enormous trophy and the corners of his mouth are turned upward. He's smiling. My gaze flits between the 20-year-old Zayne in the photo and the Zayne standing before me. It's like I'm seeing a double exposure across time. Imagining you participating in this kind of event, it's as if I saw the president of the student council show up for PE class.
A well-rounded education requires development in all areas.
Is that where the chest came from?
Besides,
asking for a friend?
Even class presidents occasionally break the rules.
I look at the various kayaks displayed on the rental store shelves. I'm curious. Zayne, when did you learn to kayak? Was it when you were a student? Are there any videos of that competition? I want to see it. I'm about to ask more questions, but Zayne leans in. He gives me a scrutinizing look.
Why are you so curious about my life during university?
Because I wasn't there. I just want to know what Zayne was like when he was 20.
Yes, you're very eager to learn about the Zayne of the past. Are you unhappy with who he is now?
No. I fiddle with the tandem paddle board Zayne selected and tilt my head to look at him. The Zayne who kayaks, the Zayne who befriends chameleons, the Zayne who makes special sodas. I'm meeting all of them for the first time. He went to university at a young age and travelled to many places over the years. He must have experienced all sorts of interesting things. Working on the same research topic since you were a student, returning to one you had to set aside. You must have also faced many challenges along the way. He doesn't speak, he just listens quietly. We weren't together for more than just a few summers, so I want to know how you spent those days. Oh, he jumped. A leaf from the hanging plants near the shelves lands on the crook of my neck. It tickles. I feel a warm breath behind me, and before I can say anything, he's already removed the bothersome leaf on my behalf.
I'd like to take you somewhere while we're surfing.
Aww. I can tell Ali was probably screaming at this, to be honest. After leaving the rental shop, Zayne carries the surfboard under his arm as we walk along the sandy path. So, is this the place you wanted to take me to Is the place you wanted to take me to hidden behind the waves? Mim can't goddamn English! Noticing my obvious curiosity, he purposefully doesn't answer me directly.
I used to surf back then. Whenever I felt overwhelmed, I'd go out to sea for a while. What it was didn't matter. Everything simply became a drop in the ocean. Insignificant.
We carry our shoes in our hands and our feet sink into the fine, light, golden sand. It's hard for me to imagine that. Zayne looks at me. To be more specific, I can't imagine what could have upset you so much that you need an intense sport like surfing to vent. You've always appeared calm and in control of the situation. Unless you give him an alcoholic chocolate, then he will not be so calm. We're almost at the beach. The endless azure sea stretches before us as Zayne turns his head. Brilliant sunlight illuminates his face.
If you had seen me in such a disheveled state, the old Zayne would have been embarrassed.
I meet his gaze and deliberately draw out my words. What a shame! If we were together back then, I could have teased you a little.
Do you enjoy seeing me be upset?
Well, I might have said something else aside from teasing you. I grab Zayne's arm, which makes him stop in his tracks, and then I look into his eyes. I would tell you to surf when you're happy. Don't do it only when you're upset. The waves will lift those happy moments to their highest peak. It'll be like popping open a bottle of champagne. The sea breeze gently tousles his hair. On this secluded shoreline, his voice resounds with remarkable clarity. The sea water slowly rises past our ankles as I hear him chuckle.
Then let's treat this as us celebrating summer today.
As the waves are about to come in, he takes my hand and leads me deeper into the sea. There we go. Honestly, the animation team need a raise for this banner, because holy hell. Oh, Zayne.
The waves will carry us to that empty stretch of sea once more.
He looks so happy. Oh. I did not see that.
Use me if you can't find your balance.
Say less. Hold on to him. Did you find that spot when you had gone surfing?
Yes, a retreat from my routine.
Oh, he looks so happy in this.
The wave's here.
Ah! Lean against him.
Brace yourself.
Oh my god, Zayne, you absolutely... Jesus.
Hang on.
I had to... Oh! I didn't realize I had to like press it and then swipe. That's why I missed the first one.
Watch your step. Hold on.
Oh. What? Why are the waves coming in one after another?
Break through. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh. I love this. I love these
I can't
cards.
see clearly. Guide me.
Now. Well, that's one way to fucking do it. You can use your Evo like that?
Practicality is what matters.
Oh, I wonder what would have happened if I missed that last one. We'll go back and check it out. Aww.
We're very fortunate that the waves carried us to safety.
Shield his eyes.
Your hand is the minimum requirement for safety, huh?
Oh, that was so cute. God damn it. Twilight descends as a sunset's rosy glow fills the sky. As we walk along the coastline, it's clear of the desert. The island is deserted. We chat as we walk. We talk about summer waves. We talk about summer waves and what he experienced as a 20-year-old. Oh my god, I look so ugly today. Ugh.
I once visited this place with my research advisor for a medical conference. It involved cutting-edge technology and the latest research in the medical field. So we stayed on the island for over a month. After attending the few sessions that actually had substance, the rest were just obligatory social gatherings. We decided to skip those and explore the island instead. We discovered all sorts of fun activities, and surfing was one of them.
Return to look at Zayne. The sunset's light illuminates his profile. It sounds like you were a person who enjoyed life rather than a reckless silly boy who charged headfirst into trouble.
What if I told you I once ignored the weather warnings out of spite, and that I gambled on whether or not I'd encounter a storm?
Didn't you ever think that someone might be worried about you?
The water damaged my phone, so I couldn't really use it. And when I got back, I saw there were countless messages.
The Azuri Islands was hit by a storm and you hadn't responded to any of their messages. I give his hand a firm squeeze. Some people tell me not to take risks, yet they secretly look for thrills themselves.
Looking back, I wouldn't have acted so rashly if I got a do-over.
Is it because you realize that people care about you? He squeezes my hand and looks into my eyes.
I know that if I were to disappear again, someone would find me. but I don't want to make her worry.
The image of a figure carrying a surfboard and running towards the sea flashes before my eyes. It overlaps with Zayne at this moment. I have even more questions now. What exactly were you so upset about back then?
I was working on a research project for a long time. Its results were still uncertain, and it would probably fail even though the research team was close to completing everything. If the evaluation standards changed at the last minute, our work would have been for nothing. To make matters worse, extreme weather trapped me in a hotel for several days. I desperately needed a way to blow off steam.
I mean, you have your right hand. No, I'm joking. It's almost like what's happening right now. Zayne shakes his head.
It's similar, yes. But I've changed since then. In the past, I felt powerless when my efforts didn't yield the expected results. However, I eventually realized that it's better to focus on the present.
Oh, aren't that just shows how much Zayne's matured though since then. Walking along the deserted beach, our figures stay close to each other. He embraces me, and his warm breath dispels the night's chill.
Although nothing in this world is certain, we can always hold on to the present. Besides, now I have someone who's willing to surf with me. It can't be called storming off in frustration anymore. I can say I'm wandering around the sea at least.
I rest my head on his shoulder. And right now, us being here together, it's the one thing that's absolutely certain. Aww, this is really sweet. It's almost midnight and Zayne lights a bonfire by the shore. We sit on the sand to warm ourselves while we talk. Dancing flames, enchanting moonlight, insect songs that rise and fall like steady breathing. The summer night is tranquil and beautiful.
You haven't said anything for a while. What are you thinking about?
I was thinking... I look up sheepishly and blunt out a random response. The summer night is just so beautiful. I feel like it's straight out of a commercial, but it's right in front of me.
You sound like you were in a commercial too.
Noticing his gaze, I slide my phone to the side as if nothing happened. He still caught me. The week is almost over and the results will be out any moment now. I can't help but steal glances at my phone from time to time.
Are you still worried?
I understand that the final result isn't what matters, it's the process. I'll admit I said some profound words. Yet after a moment of silence, I can't help but look at him again. However, I still hope that luck will be on your side. It's a selfish wish, I know. Zayne meets my gaze.
Even if the results aren't what you hoped for, you still have a chance to turn things around.
He gives me a slight smile and the flickering firelight casts shifting shadows across his face.
This is the research project I've been working on since my college years. Dr. Noah served as my advisor from the very beginning. There wasn't any progress for a long time, and everyone told us to give up.
Hey, buddy.
I stayed up all night one day, but the experiment still failed. At dawn, Dr. Noah took me out for some beef noodle soup. Maybe he ordered 2 more fried eggs for my bowl to cheer me up.
It's obvious Dr. Noah really does care about Zayne.
I had already guessed what he was going to say. Yet when he actually said it out loud, I was still devastated.
Aww. I place my hand over Zayne's before we move a little closer to the fire. Now there's a little more warmth.
I asked him if I should give up since he thought I couldn't get good results with the research project.
Zayne makes eye contact with me.
He said that it is difficult for people to tell if what they're experiencing will lead them to a different path or the end of the road.
I was trying to
When
grab
you feel
him.
stuck, just keep moving forward. Likewise, things that are meant to be completed and people who are meant to be in our lives, they'll always find their way back to us at certain moments during life's journey.
Yeah, I agree with that, honestly, because as I say before, Cade definitely found me when I was not at my best. And he has really severely changed my life. Like, when I first told him that I wanted to do, obviously I was a content creator back then, but the channel was nowhere near as successful as this one, right? And I remember telling him that I was actually genuinely tempted to give up because the videos just weren't performing. I couldn't really decide what I wanted to do long term back then either. Because this is back when I was still like on the burnout from the Undertale reactions, back when I was a reactor. And I still react to content now, but nowhere near like as heavily as I used to. And I remember saying to Cade that I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with it and that I should just give up. And he kept saying, no, I want you to keep going because I actually do watch your videos. Because the day after we'd met, he'd gone on my channel and checked me out and saw that I was no different on the recordings as I was in real life. And that's one of the things I think that he saw in me, is the fact that I don't act any different just because I'm on the camera. I'm the exact bloody same. So he was the one who kept motivating me to keep up with the channel. Then obviously when we did the rebrand and started off this new channel, I said to Cade, I'm not sure if this is the right decision. And I remember him saying, just try again. If it doesn't work once, try it again. Because if it's something that's going to work out, you'll know. And honestly, I've gone through 4 different channels at this point. Obviously, we had my original first channel, which was the Bissy Flame channel. Never got over 250. Then we moved to Mimberly. The first channel ran the Google promotion. That got over 7k subscribers, but they were all bots. So that didn't work out long term. Then we had the, obviously the Mimberly Reacts and the Mimberly Gaming. That didn't work either because I couldn't handle running more than 2 channels at the same time, full time. And then we started off this one. And this one's honestly going much better because we hit 2.5 within a year, which for me is a very big achievement. So, and obviously, your girl got collaborated with Infold, so let's not talk about that. But I do believe that, I really do. And I like it when Zayne kind of talks philosophy. I look up to see the pitch black sky. On this deserted beach, every single star shines with an incredible radiance. The night deepens as time stretches endlessly. And then his voice finally breaks the silence.
After that, I still failed. I eventually picked up a research topic I had previously set aside. And that's how I made it to where I am today.
Aww.
In addition, we met each other again.
Yeah, we did.
Seemingly disappointing moments don't keep me from moving forward.
He's right. The Zayne before me is actually composed of countless moments from his past. He sits next to me, and we stare at the same starry sky, the same sea.
It's as if, after every brief separation, we treat it as the end of a story. And if that was actually true, then we wouldn't be sharing this summer.
I'll be there in a minute. I know you miss your dad. I'll be there in a minute. I turn to look at him. The stars and moon have fallen into the sea and into his gaze. It's like the butterfly effect. Maybe the water droplets from mountain glaciers gathered to form the sea before us. And those moments from the past have shaped the Zayne who's right in front of me. From that perspective, even though I never got to see who you were before, it doesn't feel that regrettable now.
Visiting this island is like meeting who I was back then.
The countdown on my phone is about to end. Our phones vibrate, the alerts are coming in one after another. But we don't care. The moist night breeze caresses our cheeks as waves crash against the shore. We can hear each other's heartbeats on this deserted beach.
On this summer night, who I was then and who I am now are here before you.
The results are about to be revealed. It won't be long until many people want to find Zayne. To find us. But at this moment, that unresolved outcome doesn't seem as important anymore. The night is quiet with just the 2 of us here. It feels like all of our senses have heightened. I reach out and touch the area around his eyes. I've noticed how Your eyes look exceptionally bright under the moonlight. Aww. He pulls me into his arms. The top of his head brushes against my forehead as our gazes meet.
I can see what I look like in your eyes. Can you see yourself in my eyes too?
Our bodies are almost touching, and the warmth from his fingertips hovers in the air between us. Everything on the shore and in the sea seems to ignite in response. Then everything seemingly vanishes. There's only us. We're looking into each other's eyes. You planned this, didn't you? I remember what he said the night before when the sea breeze accompanied us. Everything suddenly makes sense now. From now on, the summer night breeze, the scent of lemons, the sound of ice cubes clinking, they'll remind me of you. And I know that our summer will never end. Aww. Zayne! Stop being so goddamn adorable. And we never found out whether it was a pass or a foul. God damn it. Okay, right, well, before we go any further, you know that we gotta go back to the Kindled, well, my phone does not lag, and find out if there is a different ending. So I'm gonna go straight to Kindled 3, I think that's whereabout we left off, and instead of grabbing him, we are just going to leave it, because I genuinely want to see if each Kindled has got an alternative ending. I'll be there in a moment, buddy, okay? He's just sitting at the door. He's being so patient. Bless him. And I'm sorry he's disturbed this episode so much. Alright, I'm not going to touch it.
I can't see clearly. Guide me.
Guide you? Well, I'm not going to say shit. Whoops. Oh. Zayne? Uh-oh. What happened? Oh my god. Stop pretending. I saw you open your eyes.
I'm tired. I won't move.
Play along. Aww. You're not planning on getting up anytime soon? What's he trying to say? Does he need a kiss before he'll get up? Nah, not the lip movement. Not the lip movement! Oh my lord. Oh, cute.
What I wanted. Wasn't it obvious enough?
I should have done that first. That should be me. Oh, bless him. Okay, right, so this hasn't changed. So, let's talk about that card real quick because I got some thoughts. Okay, so my overall thoughts for that card, and I'm sounding like a broken record. This is honestly my favorite one for Zayne so far. And the reason I think this tops the wedding one, okay? You guys know me, I am a sucker for a good wedding. The wedding card was extremely good. That I am not going to, argue against. However, one thing I really want to bring attention to, and I think people are forgetting this, is in a time of extreme toxicity where we have a lot of people being negative, unlike other channels that like to comment on, like drama and things like that, I will always try and see the positives in a certain situation, okay? First off, for example, the pity system. We do not need to have a better pity rate just because, Info decided, oh no, we're going to stick to 50-50. The fact that they've changed the pity because it's a multi-banner is honestly very commendable as a company, because if they went 50-50, You may not think that's much, like, oh, it's just an extra 25%, but that means you're like a quarter chance more likely to lose your 50-50, which means that either A, you get very upsetty spaghetti because you don't get the card you want, or B, people feel more inclined to spend money. And this is another thing. As somebody, again, this I just want to disclose, this is not me comparing Hoyoverse and Infold to each other. They are two completely separate corporate companies, and I love both of the companies retrospectively. So that's my disclaimer before going into this, before you keyboard warriors start getting your hands out. Infold, I think, get more drama, more so regarding the players than the game. And I think the reason for that, and I'm going to say this truthfully, I feel like Infold has got a more predominant player base that if they are not happy, they are more willing to boycott. And that's not me insulting the players. The fact that we care about the game this much, that we are, you know, we're trying to basically say to Infold, hey, this is not okay, I think is positive as long as we don't take it over the top. And the main example I'm going to say, and again, I hate to bring this up, but when people were sending Silas and Raphael death threats on their birthday events, if you don't like the character, you are not forced to pull. If you don't want to interact with the event, that is down to the individual player's discretion. And I'm not saying this because I'm sponsored / collaborative with Infold, but out of the two companies, I have played Hoyoverse games for over 5 years, and at one point I had potentially had a reach out through an agency, only for them to tell me that my views were not good enough for basically, you know, that situation. And I didn't lose respect for Infold, but I definitely, not Infold, sorry, Hoyoverse. But I definitely looked at Hoyoverse as a much bigger company from that, because it's like, oh, I'm just a small fry. You know, they're not going to be interested in working with somebody like me. And that's one of the reasons I started looking at other games. And again, I'll get into this on another video later on this week, so keep an eye out for it regarding indie games, so keep an eye out. But when Infold, when I first started playing Love and Deepspace, one of my friends, Becky, sent me a link to apply to be collaborated with Infold. Now, I was not even 1,000 subscribers when I filled out this form. I did not think I was going to get anything. It had been a few weeks, I hadn't heard anything, so I was just like, oh, they've probably just seen my numbers and gone, nah, and that's it. However, 2 months after submitting that form, so in March of 2025, I had an email from the official Love and Deepspace team saying that they wanted to collaborate with me. And obviously, by contract, I can't go into the details of what benefits or what I get, but I can say that they do not at least disclose to me anything new that's coming up. So anytime a new thing drops, you know, that's it. We may potentially get the occasional teaser, but the Infold team are very selective on what they're telling us, and that's honestly a good thing, because for me, a whole part of enjoying this game and this experience is the story and the surprises. Like, do we remember when Valentine's Day was coming up and we thought we were going to get some cutesy banner, and then Tomorrow's Catch 22 dropped? My point exactly. Plus the fact, I feel like ever since I've been collaborated with Infold, and I don't know if this is just Love and Deepspace as a game or, you know, just me as an individual, but hey buddy, he does not want to come and hug his mummy. That makes me sad. Ever since I've started playing Love and Deepspace, my confidence, not just in YouTube, but generally, has shot up. And I really do think a big portion of that is just because this game has opened my eyes to a completely different world. And, like, you know, the wish system is better. Like, obviously, with it being 70 wishes to get a guarantee rather than 90, which is what I'm used to. You know, the game is very on and off with its updates. Like, some banners will be as long as 3 weeks. Other banners will be as little as 1 week. As you can see, my cat is on his zoomies. And I've genuinely really enjoyed experiencing Love and Deepspace right from the beginning when we first started doing the reaction series, and then it grew into the game. Then we started getting into the Memoria, and now we're doing World Underneath and obviously the new cards. This game has honestly changed my life, and when I told Cade about this game, I was a bit worried how he was going to react because, you know, it's like a dating thing. But he was so supportive of it, and even now, if there's a new banner coming up, he will kick my ass and get me out of bed to make sure I get that trailer reaction up at 5 a.m. He'll make sure I get up early enough to do my pulls. He's very supportive when it comes to this game and this community, and that's one of the reasons why, as a content creator, even though I'm probably shooting myself in the foot by doing this, I limit when I'm talking about drama. The only time I will make any sort of statement with regards to drama is if I have a personal opinion on it, which I feel like needs to be voiced. For example, one thing, I do love Infold, but one thing I will say, I tried playing Infinity Nikki on the channel, and long term I just was not into it. I just couldn't motivate myself to play it, and that's fine because it might not necessarily be my kind of game. Maybe I'll pick it up again in the future, I don't know. But as somebody who's juggling multiple gacha games at once, I have to prioritize what my community want as well as my mental health. And if this particular game is not working with my mental health for whatever reason, I will take a break from that game, whether the community wants me to or not. And that is a boundary that has taken me nearly 5 years worth of YouTube to establish. What the hell is my cat doing? And one thing I will say to Love and Deepspace is that ever since I started playing, I have not taken a break from this game. And that is not just because, again, I'm affiliated. That's also because I just generally really enjoyed the game. I don't have to do as many videos as I do to qualify for whatever benefits I get each month. And I am not limited to, you know, other games. Like, I am allowed to play HSR or Genshin, which I'm still working on, by the way. And I'm honestly at a point in my content creation journey where I am so comfortable where I am right now. All I want to do is just keep improving. Like, obviously, my setup right now is very fucking messy because, again, we're moving in literally a few days. But once we move, me and Kate are going to be doing some serious office, like, investment and really looking at how to utilize that room, because the room that I'm getting in the new place is actually bigger, because what you see on the camera is basically my office. This is a full room. Like, you can see the corner of the dresser like there. And that's one thing that I think Infold has really done for me, is that it's given me the confidence to start, you know, setting my own boundaries as well as allowing me to grow. And I just cannot thank Infold and you guys enough for the love and support you do on the games. Whether you comment or you just watch and leave a like, or even if you just watch the video, every time you're interacting with me boosts the video. And I would not have gotten as far as I have without you guys. And I just want you all to appreciate that. When I had my birthday video sent to me, I thought it was just going to be another silly, like, you know, montage of Silas clips. It was him singing me happy birthday, all good. And then next thing I know, I'm having real people from every day talking to me directly just to wish me a happy birthday. I'm just some 26-year-old Brit chick on the internet. Yet you've all taken your time out of your day to interact with me, wish me a happy birthday. You know, you join the Discord server, you leave the comments. It's all ways of interacting, and I actually genuinely feel like I have a truly online family, and that is something that I've never really felt before. And now I have it. All I want to do is just keep growing. I want to keep giving you guys the content that you've been waiting for, and I just want to continue to improve. And after Lexi stopped playing Love and Deepspace and, you know, making content on it, my life has honestly changed, because I looked up to Lexi so much as an icon. Like, she was what I wanted to be. You know, I wanted to have a really beautiful setup like she does. I wanted to have a boffy PC. You know, I wanted to be known for certain things. And I am in awe of her, because she is an absolutely amazing individual. But now that she is not playing Love and Deepspace anymore, obviously I've been watching her Baldur's Gate 3 videos on and off, because obviously I'm playing through the game myself and I don't want to spoil anything. But that's kind of where I'd like to be if I could. Is like, if I could step into the shoes of anyone's life for a day and see how they do things, it would be Lexi for me. And I honestly adore Alexi, and I've made so many content creator friends through Love and Deepspace, especially through Twitch. Like, we met Nate, we've met Tani, we've met Atomic, we've met Relax, I've had coffee. There are so many content creators out there from Love and Deepspace who have actually interacted with me in real life through the internet. And that is something that, again, I've never had. And I think that's because the Love and Deepspace creators, we stick together. And that's not something I'm used to. I'm used to being in a very competitive market. So the fact that as a community, even though we may have our disputes and our beefs with Info, being like, oh, why was this banner not spicy? Because, you know, a lot of us were wanting a spice on this banner. If Info are holding off on the spice, it means they're cooking. That's the one thing I have learned from being collaborated with them. They are probably cooking something that we're not ready for. These recent myths that we've had, so like Tears of Romero and Xavier's one, I forget what the official myth is called, they have slapped. We've got a Zayne one coming up. I'm scared because I wanted to get a previous Zayne myth, and I had to skip it because Silas has taken priority. If Abyssal is being rerun later in the year, and then we're getting a new Silas myth, my wallet is going to be screaming, but it's going to be so fucking worth it because Silas is he's my man, he's my character. But I went into Love and Deepspace thinking, okay, Silas is probably going to be the guy I go for, and spoiler alert, that's what ended up happening. But what I didn't expect was the other four to grow on me as much as they have. Like, if someone were to put me into a room with a gun to my head and said, right, pick a love interest to be deleted, I genuinely would have a lot of trouble making a decision. Because all of them, yes, that's including Xavier, he's really grown on me. They all have in their own individual way. It's just, I think my personal preferences lean towards Silas, but that's okay. Just because I am a Silas girly does not mean I cannot appreciate Zayne. And this is one of the reasons why I say that you go into a game, you download a game for one character, but you could end up staying for another character. And this is one of the reasons why I think the whole, oh, you must stay loyal to your love interest is complete bollocks. At the end of the day, it's a game, right? And I'm going to keep reiterating this. This is a game, and as much as it breaks my heart because I wish these men were real, Silas is a fictional character. If there was a day where, say, the 6th love interest comes out and I'm more drawn to the 6th love interest than Silas, I would not expect people to go throwing their toys out the pram saying, oh, no, you must stay loyal to Silas, because it's my account. I will play the game how I want to play it. And if you have a problem with it, then go find somebody else. There are so many other talented content creators in this space. You don't just have to stick to me. And this is one of the reasons why, like, that's the thing. I have always said, again, I'm going to make a video on this eventually when I figure out how to do it. And also, you know, still figuring out this myself. A lot of people have been asking me for a love interest tier list. So this is where I make my own opinion on which characters I prefer. Obviously, we know Silas is king. Silas is top. That's never going to happen. And yes, he's also on top in that way too. But when it comes to the other four, they are constantly battling for their different places. When I first started playing Love and Deepspace, before Caleb joined the roster, I said that my tier list was Silas, Zayne, Raphael, Xavier. Now Caleb's into the mix, the entire thing's been thrown around because I've taken the time to learn the backstory and the lore of the other characters. Like, I used to think Raphael was just the dramatic queen and the comedic genius. But now I'm genuinely looking at him in another light, and I don't know where he sits on that roster. Like, there are some times where I think, oh, Zayne's second, then the next minute Caleb might come in second, then the next minute Raphael will be a close second. And I genuinely cannot decide my tier list at the moment. And that's one of the reasons why I've not made that video yet. Because I want to play through some more memories to get a better understanding of them. So I can make a more educated decision when I make that video. And new cards are coming out all the time. And each time the development on these characters is just getting better and better. And I honestly cannot thank Infold enough for the love and the time and the dedication that they put into these boys, because truth be told, I was a bit roll my eyes at it when I first, you know, looked up Love and Deepspace, Because again, it was a recommendation from a ex-work colleague of mine. And now it's become the biggest game on this channel. And this card in particular, I think the reason this has taken the cake for me is because Zayne was the right level of cheeky. We got to learn a bit more about him, like, you know, when he was in university. There were mentions of Dr. Noah, which we obviously read about in the World Underneath chapter, which we recently read. And that was like the right level of cuteness and silly for me. And I really hope that as time goes on, these, you know, we continue growing on these characters, because I don't want, like, say, another love interest to come out and then the one other character gets kind of forgotten. And that's one of the problems I have with this channel, is juggling content for other characters. Like, I had a comment earlier saying, oh, Xavier doesn't get any love. That's just my own personal preference. I love Xavier, don't get me wrong, but if you were to put Xavier in the same room as the other four, I'd naturally would gravitate more towards the other four. And that's nothing against Xavier as a character, that's just my preferences as an individual. Like Arista, for example, she's been with me since 200 subs. She's a fucking Xavier main, all through and through. Honestly, you Xavier girlies are fucking loyal, and I gotta give you credit for it. But she's still stuck with me because she knows I will eventually make the Xavier content. It's just a matter of the fact of when. And unfortunately, this is another thing. The type of girly you are usually tends to gravitate what sort of community you'll get. And the reason I say it is, from day one, I've been a Silas girly. That's not changed, which is fine. However, as time's gone on, I've become more of a Caleb and Zayne girly as well. My community, every time I do a poll, whether it's, oh, what video do you want to see next, or pick a character, that sort of thing, Zayne is usually always winning if Silas is not an option. And that to me is telling me that a lot of my community are either Silas girlies or Zayne girlies, with a sprinkle of other characters in the background. And you know what? That's okay. Because certain characters I will have more of a reaction to than others. That is completely normal. As I've said, all my reactions on this channel are completely genuine. I don't, you know, exaggerate it for the camera. That's just the way I am. And if my content is good, but you want more content for a particular character, you tell me. Just put it in the comments, and I will try to my best to work around the schedule to make everyone happy. Obviously, it's not always possible, granted, but I am one person. If I say, for example, I've not uploaded a Raphael video in over a month, I've probably got 50,000 things on my plate, which means I don't know or haven't realized I've not done a Xavier or Raphael or whichever character it is video in a while. Just tell me that you want a certain character and I will do it. I promise. I do read my comments. So what I'm trying to basically take from this, because I've been blabbing on for a bit too long now, communicate with me and I'll do and I'll try to get the content out that you want. If you have a question, feel free to ask me. The worst I'm going to say is I'm not comfortable disclosing that information. Like, as long as you don't text me going, oi, bitch, where do you live? Then that might be a bit different, but if you genuinely have feedback from me, whether it's audio, whether it's what content I'm doing, I am putting polls out to get a better idea of what you guys want all the time. So this is a very big channel where you dictate what footage comes out of me. So again, just communicate. And if you don't want to leave a comment on YouTube or you're a bit shy, reach out on Discord or just reach out to me in DMs. I do have my DMs open, granted. I do have to authorize you to text me first because graphic designers are a bit of a bitch in 2025. But I am more than comfortable for you guys to do stuff. I've even considered opening a Google's form for requests so I can keep on top of them easier. So there is honestly ways that we can do things. And I just want you guys to just 100% know that I do listen to you and I do appreciate you all as individual people. You're not just a sub number to me. You are all genuine people. And if you want something from me, you need to tell me, because otherwise I'm not a mind reader. I'm not going to know. But yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, Zayne was like first on the poll that I did in my Discord server, which is why we did him now. Next is Caleb. So I'm going to go ahead and do Caleb. It might be tomorrow now, because I'm looking at the time. I'm probably going to have to get the Zayne video out in the morning again, because Mim is not very good at keeping up with times, and obviously I've been recording for over an hour now. So see you with Caleb, then it'll be Xavier, then Raphael. I'm going to try and get them all out this week for you, so bear with me. And then other games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Honkai Star Rail will be following soon after. And keep an eye out for that indie game video, as I mentioned, on Saturday, because that's an important one. See you soon, guys. Bye!